What's up? I always ask you that, and I don't think any of you ever answer. So that's something we're going to have to work on here if we're going to be a team. Brief show review recap. I've realized review is probably too comprehensive of a term for what I do, so we'll kind of, whatever. Anyway, Better Lovers, Full of Hell, Spy, and Cloakroom last night in Seattle at the Crocodile. Better Lovers going out in support of their album, Highly Irresponsible. Yeah, we'll just dive right in. So Cloakroom, kind of a shoegaze rock band. I mean, it didn't do anything for me. I found it kind of disjointed. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. Kind of from the first moment, it just seemed like self-indulgent. And you know, if you want to make music for yourself, by all means, you should. But I feel like the performance was self-indulgent. So I don't know. I don't think... I know me. I didn't get much out of it. Not a ton going on stage. The music, like I said, was just not... I didn't feel like it was well connected. So Cloakroom, unfortunately, didn't do anything for me. Spy was pretty cool. So they had kind of this like old school punk rock mixed with a little bit of modern kind of hardcore vibe. You know, it was a pretty good balance. More kind of punk, I think. But they were fun. It was a pretty quick set, maybe 20-25 minutes. But they came on really active. And the crowd got moving. So it was definitely a change of pace from the openers. And those guys, they were clearly there to like showcase what they had. So I was pretty happy with that. I'd like to see them again, maybe a longer set. I don't know if they're doing much longer at the moment. But that'd be awesome. So Full of Hell, bittersweet. Bittersweet in that I like Full of Hell a lot. I've seen them 2 or 3 times. Always an intense, wild show. But Crocodile's probably the biggest venue I've seen them in, or at least layout-wise. It was kind of the most open. And the stage was higher than I had seen them before. So really kind of... I don't know how to phrase it. Really just apart from the crowd in a way that the energy just didn't get distributed well. They're an awesome band. Really kind of bleeding edge with some of the extreme stuff and some of the messaging in their songs. But it was just really hard to engage. So I'll go see them every time they're around. Don't get it wrong. But they were down a guy last night too. So the songs were a little bit different, but you know, it's always good to have all the members there, but it didn't make the set unenjoyable. Yeah, I think Full of Hell is just one of those bands that you need a bit more of a setting that allows for something intense. So, great band, great supporting band. Go see them. That brings us to Better Lovers. So Better Lovers, I've seen 3 of Pucciato's bands. I was fortunate enough to see Dillinger back in the day, although at the time I wasn't really into extreme metal, so it was lost on me, sadly. I've seen Pucciato's solo act, which was really cool. It was definitely a different vibe, but it was really good. In fact, I think in some ways it was kind of the most expressive, and I'm sure that was intentional. Performance that I've seen Greg do. But Better Lovers, so the first time I saw him, I think, I don't know, sometime earlier this year, it was one of the best sets I've seen this year. So now is before their album came out, so you know, it's kind of a surprise what they were going to give you. But this was, right, they played for, I think, just about an hour. And, I mean, these guys are great performers. Pretty good crowd interaction, not just, like, playing to the crowd, not just the fist bumps, but, like, engaging with the crowd. Obviously, you've probably seen or heard of times where they jumped in the crowd or there was fire being blown or other things. We didn't get into that last night, which was, obviously a little bit disappointing. But we did get their showmanship and their energy and their performance, and the musicians, they're pretty tight for a newer band, right? I know they're all experienced musicians, but kind of what they're doing, they're pretty tight. So yes, I would have liked a bit more wildness, but the crowd went pretty hard. We got a few stage divers. We had some jackass that was like, "Oh, I'm wearing a Dillinger shirt. I'll just try to grab Greg," which he clearly didn't like. You can't force those kinds of things, and you certainly need to be careful with who you choose to grab, if you're going to grab anybody at all. So, all in all, it was a good show. There were just elements I didn't care for and elements I wish I would have seen. But Better Lovers blew the crowd away. And, they're a band where going to see them, it's a good fucking time. And if for some reason you don't enjoy seeing them, then you shouldn't go, but you're probably not even going in the first place. You'd probably know if you like them or not. So, that sounds obvious. You get people who go and, I don't know, they're just not into it, which is weird because they rock. Anyway, I'll have a few more reviews coming out this year, review recaps. They might go back a ways. I'm trying to get caught up in rebuilding the channel here. But should be some album reviews coming up soon. Anyway, have fun, and I will see you next time.